if you want to control. Up to you. You decide.
More Emiliano.
I'll control, okay.
Yeah, it will be showing just the time.
Yeah, the time, that's
The
fine.
left minutes.
When there's 5 minutes left, you show me this.
This. Which is easier.
We have different languages. If someone is very boring, you just do like this, and I come and save you. I was outside. And I was outside.
I was not there.
He was not there. This is not how it works.
Okay, I push the button, and you sit there then, yeah. I push the button.
Wait, because I think we need Fernando.
Fernando is there.
Fernando is there, Youssef is here, and...
Leo was.
Okay, fine. Yeah, well.
So when I say something like this, making speakers, then you introduce the speakers. Then you say, first group, Trina.
And all the speakers, right?
You, because you don't have the names here.
Yeah, I'll do that. So you do the presentation. Please, go ahead. Yeah, it's all yours.
I think it's better we stand first.
Yeah.
Before they
Yeah.
come.
You need to open this. Get mine.
Hello.
Yeah.
They hear outside, but just we can repeat again. We're quiet.
So, should I do it? Okay, so we invite everybody who is outside to join us for the last panel of the second session about solar manufacturing. So I hope you will hear us. And then I guess we can start.
Yes. Welcome back, everyone. What we are returning with solar manufacturing in the Middle East, and up next is a panel where we also have a great lineup of speakers. There is a whole industry in the making when it comes to PV manufacturing here locally, and this is what we're going to discuss in the coming 30 minutes or so.
Exactly. Thank you, Maria. And then so I invite on stage Tioxin, which is the head of product and management and business development at Trina Solar MIA. Hi, Tio. We're happy
Hello.
to have you here. Then we call on stage Fernando Herrerias, which is the CEO of Sunshine Middle East, a consultancy operating in the Saudi space. Hi, Fernando. Welcome
Welcome.
to our panel. And then we have Youssef El Sayed, which is the CEO of PV Hardware, which is a manufacturer of solar trackers. So, well, Theo, prepare the first question for you would have been today if Trina is considering setting up factories in Saudi Arabia, but then Trina ended up making a press release saying we are building a factory here. So my first question was, let's say, now it's useless, but maybe we can comment on this, that Trina is building a tracker factory. So it's coming with a real project, a big one, 3 gigawatt. It's not a small factory. So, I mean, actually last year, I guess, we spoke about potential for manufacturing. The same thing I said before to your competitor. So just, and this year we're seeing in a factory. So things are moving fast.
Yeah, thank you, Emiliano. I think, as you said, we discussed about the potential localization last year. It's more about the module and the cell. I'm really happy to begin this participate this SunRise arrived second time.
Maybe you can get Maria's microphone if it's working better.
Yeah, thank you. So, you know, as we're beginning, Trina Solar is a vertical supplier for the solar industry, including the module, tracker, as well as the storage. I think my colleagues has already made some a presentation about the energy storage. And Saudi Arabia, with abundance of solar resource, and very strong government support for the localization. And I know this, you know, we talked about last year. This country is really active on the localization and to invite it to some investment on the manufacturing basis. we are really open. We are really open and active, as what I said last year. That's we active for all option. That's micro localization. I think this is a very important step for the globalization for the Trina Solar. And so I want to give you some news that we have already done something and gotten something in the localization for the Trina Solar. We gonna have, it's not gonna have, we have already have a factory for the Trina Tracker in Jeddah. Its capacity is 3 gigawatts in Jeddah, and is still in operation right now in the Q1 2025, and is expected to getting some capacity of produce some products. It's mainly for the Vanguard 1P tracker in end of this month or very beginning of next month. So it's really quickly. I want to give you some results compared to the question of last year. Yes, we will have, and not only on the tracker we have already done something. I think maybe in the future, the Saudi market is really huge, and this is the biggest market and most important market when we're talking about Middle East Asia and Africa, especially this region. So we're open on that, maybe in the future.
So you meaning maybe moving forward module cells
storage,
and that?
Yeah,
okay.
We're quite open on that.
Because
yes.
I mean, Saudi, it's also interesting for the domestic market, but it could be a
Yes.
manufacturing hub for the whole Middle East or even for Europe or other markets, right? I mean, it's not just about this market.
Exactly, because it's a location, it's not far away to the European, some other country. So this is the advantage of Saudi Arabia, and with very strong government policy support as well. So we're quite open, not only the tracker, as well as module storage in the future. Why not? We're quite open on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Theo, so entering the manufacturing segment here, how important are partnerships with local players for you? And maybe the same question goes to Fernando for those who are coming here.
Yeah, of course, if you talking about the localization and build some manufacturing bases, of course, we are really willing to cooperate with like some developer, some investmenter, as well as institute to development. We are really willing to help the Saudi Arabia to make its Vision 2030. This is very important and the renewable energy targets. So this is open for the Trina Solar.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for the invitation. Concerning your question, I would say that as far as we hear from manufacturers, they are always open to establish a partnership with a local entity, but we have seen during the last few years how the Saudi administration has flattened the way for foreign investors to come over here, and the need for that local investor or for that local partner is becoming less and less relevant. Let's put it in that way. Years back, you needed to go through a local entity to really get an option to invest in the kingdom. Today, that is not the case. You can get an investment license and then get the license for manufacturing. Well, it will, of course, take you some time, but you're talking months, okay? And also in terms of land provision, services, and so on and so forth, the Saudi administration has evolved very, very much. And, for foreign investors to come here is, let's put it that way, is a piece of cake, okay? So
Yeah,
it's always nice to have someone to join you in the journey, but not necessarily at all.
Yes, very interesting insights. Thank you, Fernando.
And Youssef, you're the CEO of a local manufacturer, with a factory in Saudi Arabia, and the factory is operating. So, I mean, you have long experience, let's say, in this. But maybe you can tell us a couple of words about the story of this factory. How did you do it? I mean, was it a difficult process at the beginning, or was it easy, or was it, I don't know, I guess there were challenges anyway. So maybe you can describe it a bit, the story of this factory.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for inviting us for this. First of all, yes, we did start our manufacturing facility in Saudi Arabia during the pandemic, actually. We started in April 15, 2021, and it was a very smart decision from our board of directors. We moved to Saudi Arabia after, very quick study. Mainly, it was the political stability of the country and the banking facilities, the in and out easily on the cash, the modern, which give you all the infrastructure and the land you are looking for, and the ministry, all the ministries, they are working these days to facilitate your entrance into the market and to make sure that any obstacle you are facing, it is resolved. Having all of this, definitely we started in, we took the decision in April 15 approximately. I am in the country here since 2007, so I have enough experience about all of this. During the pandemic, I stuck in Europe a little bit and America, so I had to come over through a couple of weeks in Tunisia and came over April 15. We started in April 15. I had the licenses in place and the equipment in place by the end of August. My first production was out of the door, trucks was leaving the factory end of September. During 2021, I had 4 projects in my hands. I had Jeddah, Rabigh, Sudair, and Red Sea, and we kept, sending at least the post to all of these projects.
So you said, sorry, you confirmed that it's, okay, maybe it's not easy, but it can go fast. Yeah?
It is
can
fast
be
these days. It is fast. You are right. Okay? Definitely we faced a lot of challenges in the market here. That's why we came up with our latest design, which is Infinity Tracker, after what we faced due to a lot of the EPCs misassembling, all the people what was mentioned earlier during this great summit. So we came up with the Infinity Tracker, which right now it is the fastest sewing position in the world. Number 2, it is a pre-assembled, so the manpower will be almost reduced for the EPCs by 50%. Number 3 will be the backtracking and the deep track, which you commission today, you generate tomorrow. Okay, so all of this was lesson learned during the 14 giga we produced out of the...
Exactly, I want to come to that number now because
Yes.
you told me this number before, which is a number. So let's say that's something that I will also ask you later, but we talk about this in the panels this morning and even in the second one. The fact that you build a factory here doesn't mean you necessarily will get market shares. You still have to...
You have to believe.
You have to compete with others.
We are the 3rd largest in the world, so our presence is there. The technology is there. We believe on the vision of 2030, okay? And why you don't come over? Why you don't follow the procedures? After the 2nd year, we achieved 35% local content. At this moment, I have 91% of my product localized in the kingdom. So all of this happened, due to the LCGPD, the ministry, the support. I extended my factory. Right now, we have under our roof capacity of 12 gigawatt per year.
So domestic content requirements are also working.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It is achievable if you follow what is needed straight. You will achieve automatically what they're asking for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maria, you. Yeah.
And Youssef, are there any challenges left? I mean, we see how open the market is for foreign investment and local manufacturing, but do you see any challenges left to address?
From our side, pretty much, it's always challenges, okay? We cannot live without challenge, but it is reduced tremendously, knowing what the market needs, what the EPC needs. All of this reduce the challenges big time. If you have, at this moment, we have almost 16 gigawatt of tenders in the market. That's a huge number. So, personally, we welcome other competitors to come into the market. Okay, yes, we are exporting right now to the United States of America, we are exporting to all the Gulf region, we are exporting to Australia, we are exporting to Greece, and we exported to pretty much Europe, Asia, and I have South Africa project going on. So the EXIM is facilitating, Model is facilitating, pretty much every single governmental institute here is extending the extra effort to make us successful.
And Fernando, just going back to the previous question, they're like, you want to build a factory here, but you have to bring good technology, because that doesn't mean you can get your market shares just because you open a building with some production lines in there. I mean, it's very important that technologies are, let's say, well established, or at least mature enough for this market, which is very challenging in terms of prices, by the way.
Yes, you're right. It happened to me that I had the chance to talk to the Ministry of Energy several times, and they are not willing to pay extra for a product, for any product, any technology that is manufactured locally. So let's say that this market requires the Ferrari at a price of Chinese car, okay? But they want the Ferrari, okay? So the technology has to be there, the references have to be there, the balance sheet of the company needs to be there, and you need to manage yourself to be competitive, okay? So that's, that concludes to the fact that several initiatives of local Saudi companies have not succeeded, okay, for manufacturing panels here in Saudi Arabia, or at least I believe they haven't succeeded. And we see initiatives now like Jinko Solar coming to the kingdom, or other manufacturers like PVH in Tracker, like Trina in Tracker, because you need to have every ingredient.
Sorry, Maria, maybe I'm stealing one of your questions, but I want to ask it now. Sorry. But the scale, it's also important. Now we're seeing Jinko is coming with 10 gigawatts. We have 3 gigawatts. We have a gigawatt scale factory also for PV hardware. So actually, for surviving in this environment, you need scale. You need big production lines. You need big investments. I guess there is also that business model that can be a bit sustainable, like you have a small factory, like 100 megawatts or 50 megawatts. We have seen a lot of this in Europe, but this is in the end not sustainable in the long term, right? You can resist for some years, you can create your client base, but in the end you will not make it. So is scale so important?
Yes, it is, from my point of view, for two reasons. One, or for more than two reasons. One is that projects are very large here in the kingdom, okay? And you need that volume in order to be aggressive on pricing and on reducing the cost of your product. That's one thing. Another thing is that the administration needs to be the commitment from your side. They need to see that you are really betting for this market. They need to see that you are willing to do the great investment. And also it is an opportunity, as Joseph said, for European, for Chinese companies, because Saudi, it is also a gate for other markets, not just the Middle East, but also Africa, Europe, and so on. The logistic, the location, the strategic location of Saudi Arabia facilitates a lot, the transactions and the logistics with other markets. And also it helps Chinese companies, for example, to enter in other markets if they manufacture from Saudi or from Oman, as we saw this morning with GA Solar.
So you worked in this country for many years. Do you expect this may become a manufacturing hub, as we said before, for many other countries? So that's something you believe in, yeah? Like this is
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. There is a great commitment and a great engagement between Saudi and Chinese administration. Chinese investments in the kingdom had increased, and they are in around $40 billion already. And we have seen exports, and we have seen how China, as investor in Saudi Arabia, has taken the place of the US as prime investor in Saudi Arabia, okay? So investments of China in Saudi Arabia are almost double those of the US. So it is a strategic place for China, and also Saudis are very happy because they want to establish manufacturing facilities.
So we may see some competitors coming on top of Trina and Jinko. Sorry, Maria.
Theo, building up on Fernando's remarks, is Trina also seeing big scale as the only sustainable way of deploying manufacturing here? And also what Fernando said, very nicely put, Saudi Arabia wants Ferrari in terms of PV technology. So what is, in your view, the type of PV tech that is most likely to be produced here?
Well, in the past, look at the way of development of the solar panel or the cell technology is a quite long way, PERC technology, and right now we have lots of this generation, including TOPCon as well. Fernando talked about the Ferrari. Of course, I think right now, if we're talking about the supplier, especially on the solar industry, the Chinese technology and Chinese supplier chain is a Ferrari when we talk about the solar industry. And look, come back to the technology, I think the key is the timing. If you want to do some localization, to do some investments in Saudi Arabia, as was said, this is a hub to influence all this region, and of course extend European even like that. The timing is the key, I think. From my side, I take care about the technology of a product, especially for the module and the cell. So from my side, if you want to do the localization right now or in 2 years, I think TOPCon is still the mainstream. Look at the global capacity. The TOPCon right now is nearly 80% of the capacity. And according to some third party like Treeforce, this is a very authority, a third party, and by the 2029, the capacity of the cell technology is still exceed around 60 to 70% of the capacity. So definitely this is the TOPCon is mainstream. And look at right now the project in Saudi Arabia and some other places, some other country in this region, all they are using the TOPCon technology. And the TOPCon technology is not only, just a one technology and installed with others. There's quite a potential of technical development of TOPCon. Including the Trina Solar, we published our 2.0 TOPCon technology, and as well as some others, our PV module suppliers has already did some presentation. They also published some next generation of TOPCon technology, like the module we call middle size. Its power exceed can like up to the 670. And as well as the cell module efficiency can also nearly to 25%. It's crazy, high to the 24.8%. So Trina Solar, we also publish this kind of second generation of TOPCon technology just 2 months ago, like end of last year. So we can see the great potential of TOPCon technology. And finally, I want to mention that the TOPCon technology also can have some potential combined with some other technology, like iTOPCon, like our Trina iTOPCon, we will combine with like tandem. And we expected to develop this product after next year, the 2026, we will have the next generation of a TOPCon with a tandem, and the cell efficiency is exceed 30%, which is really crazy. So this is one thing about in 2 years. If you talking about 2 years ago, 2 years later to do some manufacturing, and I think this will be, of course, what I said, TOPCon with tandem is one way, and second way, maybe think about the perovskite technology. As someone talked about, the Saudi Arabia indeed is a center of KUST, this university. This is a center of perovskite technology center, and I remember this 2023 is record of the tandem with perovskite is also up to the 33.7%. So this is also a crazy one. So this is my opinion. Timing is very important when talking about the technology. With technology, we need to do some investment or localization. Thank you.
So I mean, just you were saying tandem, of course, that's very interesting. And you were saying before, maybe we could open a factory module in the future. We don't know. Maybe it could be directly for tandem, perovskite and silicon. We don't know. I mean, if it will be in 2 or 3 years, the technology may be mature enough to try, but of course, TOPCon is dominating the market.
Lots of potential. The tandem can combine with perovskite, can combine with TOPCon technology.
Yeah, if it will work, it will really change this market forever, and then it's for good.
Lots of possibility in the future.
Yeah, let's hope that they may work. Youssef, of course, when it comes to trackers, there is also a lot of competition when it comes to technology. There is a lot of innovation coming, a lot of, let's say, strong technology you have to compete with. It's a challenging environment in this regard too.
Indeed, and we are also, if you look at the history of PV hardware, we started in Saudi Arabia with 5,000 square meters. We improved to 20. We added 25. We added the new technology, which is the latest. And I believe it is one of the best worldwide technology. Our R&D is working together with us in the Middle East. And by all means, we are, at this moment, we have all the monitoring of the SCADA is being done in Saudi Arabia. So within a few hours, you have our team at site. You have the spare parts available locally. You have the latest technology according to, as I said, to our research and development. We are using the latest European technology in Saudi Arabia. I love Porsche better than Ferrari, so let me call it Porsche 911.
I have a final question for all of you. Maybe I will ask you to answer quick because we run out of time, but I want to have a final statement. Do you expect that one day Saudi Arabia may host an entire supply chain from polysilicon to modules to all the kind of ecosystem, manufacturer ecosystem that needs to be created to have a whole supply chain? Do you believe this will be possible one day? Because I mean, we know polysilicon is not so easy. Yeah, we have a project in Oman, but we still don't know too much about that. And do you think this could be possible one day?
I will talk about the tracker. And in general, I believe so. The government here have a vision, and very clear vision. From the point of view of the tracker, we are at 91% localized product under our roof. And this 8 to 9%, we can achieve it very easily within the next couple of years. In regard to general question, as you said, my feeling, yes. but I cannot confirm it because I'm more specialized in what I do.
In the tracker environment. Okay.
Okay.
Fernando.
Well, I think so. We need to realize that labor cost in Saudi Arabia compared to other countries like China, who is the top in manufacturing, is higher. But I believe that if the entire ecosystem supports that commitment of the administration, for sure will happen. We talk about, for example, the solar panels. As far as we know, for solar glass is not manufactured in the kingdom. So these things need to happen.
You believe this could happen at one point? Maybe not in the next 2 years, but yeah, it could be maybe in 10 years or 15 years.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Theo, which is your opinion? You need a microphone. Ah, okay.
I think, well, about this question, I generally agree with Fernando, and but I think the Saudi Arabia, they are really active, and if they have a really strong government policy on that, and gradually. But one thing I didn't really disagree with him because right now they have more and more the requirements for the marketing side, and right now we are really active, including Trina Solar. All of them are getting. We're really happy that can participate in this way of localization of the Saudi. So I think it will be a little bit faster, and from my side.
Okay. So you see this coming and faster than probably 15 years. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for having this conversation with us. It was really great talk.
Please come here for the picture.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now we're moving to the next session, I guess. Am I right, Diana? Sorry? The next presentation. Yes. Before we move to that, let me thank Salimpur Sohan and Diana Rybachenko from the P Magazine event team, and Malak Alray and Ines Khmila from the Solar Arabic event team for organizing this event. It was only possible because of you.
It wouldn't be possible
great
without
efforts.
them.
So thank you very
Our
much.
events
Thank you very
team.
much.
Now we're more than happy to have Mr. Bruce Awang, the founder and CEO of Leapting, who will share a presentation on the achieving the intelligent robotics applications for the commercial and industrial applications in Saudi Arabia. So please join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Thank you, everybody. I'm honored here to be together with you to introduce about lifting. I know that it's a little bit late right now, full day conference meeting, so many topic and discussion. So right now I will give a very quick but important introduction about the lifting. So today's topic is about robotic solution for mainly for utility scale, but it can be also used for CNI application. The agenda today will be first I will introduce lifting first, and then talking about the market right now lifting focus on, and then I will give the solution for lifting. About lifting, I think lifting is the innovation drive company mainly focused on solar power plant robotic solution. So our slogan is the robotic for solar power plant. We have very strong R&D team who are focused on robotic for PV power plant. People are very familiar with cleaning robots in Middle East, especially in Saudi area. But lifting is the company who are focused on not only for cleaning robot, but also we are doing all the robotic solution for the full life cycle of PV power plant. So that means that we will doing the installation, maintenance, and inspection for the whole life of a power plant. You see here we have more than 100 employees, 60% plus is R&D based, and we have a manufacturer in China right now. But later we are trying to enter Saudi to set up our manufacturer. So lifting is set up from 2025 when I just left from the previous company. And after around 2.5 years grow, we have so many big milestones right now. You know, after 1 year operate, we already get 2 gigawatts cleaning robots launched to the market and operate. And last year, we have finished more than 4 gigawatts cleaning robot. And apparently, we do the installation robot and the inspection robot, which is for the customer to use. This is, you know, the global service we can provide right now. You see that here we have several office and service center. In UAE, we will have office right now in Dubai, and in India, Singapore, Australia, and the US as well. You know that robotic is only one advantage is to reduce the labor cost. So you know that the labor cost is very high for the developed country, especially in US and European and Australia. But probably in UAE, one of the biggest challenges is the labor cannot be worked during summertime, during noontime, because the temperature is very high. So the DOE time in UAE, especially in Saudi, is very long. 1 gigawatt, at least you need 18 months to construction the PV power plant. But when you are using the robotic, it will reduce a lot. I am the founder and the CEO of Lifting. You know, before I set up Lifting, I am the CTO of Architect Solar. You know, I designed the solar system more than 30 gigawatt all over, and is operated pretty well, especially in Saudi. And our R&D team is 100% bachelor degree and also some master and PhD. 25% is the solar basis. You know that when you are doing solar robotic solution, you need to know the solar power plant very well. Otherwise, it cannot be happen. And we have a lot of patent. Right now, we have innovation more than 20 plus and application more than 200. And also the quality control system is very strong, needed for robotic. We are an international company for not only domestic in China, but also we have an international team to support our international customer. especially for Indian and Saudi and US, Australia right now. So market right now that very big requirements. So Saudi is about the cleaning robot. We all know that when you are built up a utility scale power plant, the soiling loss is more than 15%, even more. But when you are doing manual cleaning, make no sense. So right now the standard design for the utility scale power plant, you will using the cleaning robot. But for the another very important capex invest for utility scale is the construction. So we know that past 10 or 15 years, the PV power plant cost, initial cost, is dropped 90%. But this 90% is coming from the components. Another 10% right now and before is more than less than 5% is construction cost. So you can guess that the construction cost is increased for the balance share for this utility scale. All over the world right now for the PV power plant installation is manually. There's not too much automation happen. For that area, especially you need to do the leveling, marking, piling, structure installation, module installation, and the cable routing. So all this step you need to do manually. So that's why it takes so long time to making a power plant happen. But Liping right now, we already launched our first commercialized module mounting robot, which means that it will be mounting the module 100% by robot. And this is making the manual installation to the robotic solution. This is the a real power plant cleaning robot video. I do not want to show more, but it's just very simple for cleaning. And this is the, our customer evaluate this kinds of a cleaning robot. And this is very important machine right now in the market. Is the module mounting robot. I call it this name. And this process is putting the module from the package and on the tracker purlin. So 1 minute, one module. You can guess right now in Middle East, one people install average 50 module per day. So this machine operate 8 to 10 hours. It can install more than 600 module per day. So it's already more than 10 times efficient compared with currently manual installation. And it can be make sure the quality of the installation and accuracy is easy to achieve next step to fasten the module. You can see here right now almost all the tracker design can using this kind of tracker except some of the special design. But in Middle East, almost all the tracker can using this standard process to mounting the module. So solution I already gave some, but for currently we have several robotics ready for the market. First, I already showed that we call it generation 1. It's a very simple cleaning machine. And also we have AGV cleaning robotic ready, which can reduce the number of generation 1 robots and also can operate not so high cleaning cycling power plant. And also the MMR is the module mounting robot. Here is another module inspection robot. It can inspect all the power plants very low level and it can detect the real side of the module, especially the connector and the structure itself. And it can cooperate together with the drone to make big utility scale power plant inspection. And also later we will launch our residential distributed rooftops cleaning drone equipment. And also all this robotics will monitoring and set up from the one platform. You can see that this platform localized no need to go to the internet, and all kinds of lifting robots can be managed and monitoring from this system. So previous presentation already shared that for the utility scale construction, they have 5 steps. So each of the steps, maybe you need different robotic, but maybe 1 or 2 steps you can combine together using one robotic. So you need marking, padding, structure, module, and the cable routing and the connection robotic. So maybe 1 or 2 we will combine together, but now we already have 1 module mounting robot ready for the market. We already have a lot of projects using this robotic. And for this all type of robotics, so many technology you need to set up and you have developed continually. One is the self-navigation technology, which is very popular for the electric vehicle right now, self-driving, because the power plant is very big and there's no mark you can reference. So this self-navigation will making the robotic from the first to the second point, which is need to finish the installation. And also we're using the big large square model. This can be making the different type of the structure and module install easily. No need to learn again because we have this ability to making that happen. And this inspection robot is also can making happen to detail inspect, especially for the rail sector module and the connector. Because we will combine together with the zoom for inspection. Zoom can take very large area but not so detailed, and this machine, this vehicle can take very low height to detect the backside of the module. And this is the AGV cleaning robotic, which is very good because the first generation cleaning robot right now in the market need a lot of addition structure, like the docking stations, return station, and bridges. So many structure put on the tracker is very challengeable for long-term reliability and operation. This AGV cleaning robot do not need any of the addition structure. You do not need to do any addition installation after the power plant install. It can comply all kinds of structure, especially for the tracker. And also we have this G2D robotic cleaning, which can be directly putting the brush on the surface of the module, do not need to carry the generation 1 robotic. This is the video how this cleaning robot operate. You see the height of the structure is big different, and the angle can be also